Hey, welcome to another adventure in old code, the place on the internet where we take a look at old QBasic code we wrote back in the day, and we laugh, we cry, we cringe, but mostly we just hang our heads in shame at what came out of our brains. Today we're going to take a look at something called I have no idea, because I haven't decided yet. I usually look at this file this file. And we've done a few of these. Last time we did aim 3. We're going to do destroy. Destroy. Okay. My apologies for not getting that set up earlier, but oops. There we go. Destroy. Oops. Oh, there was an exclamation mark, wasn't there? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay. I want to take this out so I don't. My desktop audio is coming to me. You might be able to hear it, but I won't. Okay, let's just try this. Whoa. Okay, this looks a lot like a descent game. I'm gonna assume we push these buttons and oh, see, I did this whole setup of my OBS stuff and I forgot I forgot to do this. There we go. Oh, and I also, this is cool. I also, oh, do I have to go and run it? I got, you can see the keys I pressed now. Okay, anyway, whatever. What just happened? Come on, what just happened? Bad function, illegal function call. What? Okay, here we go. So something's happening and a circle is growing. And that's it. It just exited it out. Circle's growing. I'm not sure why the circle is growing. And I have an 88% and a 101 at the top. Okay, let's figure that out. Is there something else I can do? Can I hit? Oh, this guy's like really close. I don't know what's going on. What in the actual heck is this? Okay, well, let's see if we can't figure out the intention behind this. This looks a lot like another game that we've seen before. In fact, I'm even going to just open it up. File not found. What was it called? It was decent. It's called decent. This is what we saw before. And these guys shot at us, and then we could try and shoot at them. So this looks just like another iteration of that game. Okay. Okay, so we got ship and values, QWERTY IOP as integer. Excellent. XX and YY are two arrays of integers. D is an array of integer and BAT is an array of integer. You know what? This is exactly the same as descent. This is totally the same. What differences are there? Ship values. Oh, I don't. Okay. Anyway, sorry, my apologies. Let's just do this like we've done this before. Okay, so DEF FND. This is to find the distance between 2 points, XY and XXYY, using the Pythagorean theorem. This is my brother's program, by the way. Descent was also my brother's program. So as you can tell in these last few episodes, or most of these episodes, he was a lot more prolific than I was in writing code. Here, let's turn off the keyboard now. Okay, this is our random number generator. As always, and randomizing the timer, we're going to draw the ship. The ship is exactly what we saw on Descent. So if you want to understand this program more, go back a few episodes to the episode on Descent. We do a bit of a deep dive into it. This is him changing the palette. So that was one interesting thing. So the palette gets changed. I'm sure we talked about it in Descent, but what this palette command does is it says, okay, because we only have 12 or 16 different colors, color 6, which is usually, I believe, a brownish color, we're going to change the color. And so you do this by just assigning a single number, but the single number has 3 parts, and this is sort of how it's done. This is the red component, 0. This is the green, and this is the blue, I believe. So we're reassigning 6, the color 6, to be this custom color, because you have a lot of different options for colors, but you can only have 16 of them available at any given time. So let me just, oh, I'm in the immediate window. Yeah. Screen modes, if we go to screen 12, assignment of up to 256,000 colors. So that's a lot of colors. But again, you can only have one. 16 of them at any given time. So anyway, this is interesting. He's using 56.2. I wonder if that is actually allowed. 56.2. Palette, attribute, color. And then color is a color. That's all it's called. Just color. Color attributes and values. You know what? I'll bet it just nothing here suggests that decimal floating point numbers are the same. I'll bet QBasic just takes this 56.2 and turns it into 56. Because this needs to be obviously an integer. But it's just an arithmetical operation. And so I think it just truncates it and you get on with your life. Anyway, 6 and 5 are new colors. Okay, let's move on. Values. Values. Q is 1, 2 is, okay. Yeah, I remember this from Descent. So this is, I believe these are speed variables. We'll see how they're used. We'll be reminded. Okay, we're clearing the screen. We're going to screen 12. See, now that's interesting. We went to screen 12. We did the palette statements, and now we're going back into screen 12. So I hope the palettes get persisted. I don't know if you were to change it to a different screen number, if you would lose your palette. You probably would lose your palette. All right, shield spelled wrong is at 100, X and Y is 310 and 240. 5 bad guys are going to be drawn on the screen. We're going to make random coordinates, X, X, and Y, Y for the bad guys, and we're going to set an alive flag. to 1. So we know this bad guy is alive. We're going to do that 5 times because we have 5 bad guys. Perfect. Speed is 0.1. Speed we've never seen before. It is a single floating point number, so that makes sense. By default, that's the default variable type. Okay, locate 1 and print 40 and percent. Did we see that being printed to this? Let's put an end here. Yeah, okay. The 40%, we're starting off at 40%. That's kind of interesting. Okay, now we're going to start our loop. Okay, so for world, ooh, the whole world. You know what's amazing? This actually makes sense as a variable name. It's your entire world. So hey, that's a good thing. The variable name is something a little bit relevant. Equals 1 to ZZ4. Interesting. That variable name is dumb. If world is if world is less than ZZ4, then draw a circle centered at the center. Again, this is sort of not the center. It really should be 320, 240, but it's slightly to the left of center. The circle is going to be the size of world. Oh, it just dawned on me. World has nothing to do with the whole screen. I'll bet world is literally Earth or some blue planet. Look at it. We're probably headed towards a planet, and that time it just stopped. This time, okay, so the planet, and we're being shot at. Huh. I don't know. Okay, we'll figure it out. I think that's a planet. I think it's a planet, and ZZ4 is, we've never seen it before. This is the first time we see it. So because it's the first time we see it, it's 0. So this is just skipped entirely the first time through the loop. But I assume that later on we're going to increase it. So let's pretend it has a value. Let's say it's 100. Let's say ZZ4 is 100. So if world is less than ZZ4, we're going to draw a circle. We're going to start at 1, a blue circle, and then we're going to draw a blue circle 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 100. And then the last circle we draw is going to be green, which, okay, that makes sense. So these are just concentric circles growing with a green circle around it. And that's what we saw. It's exactly what we saw. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so that draws the world. Change equals shields, which started off at 100. So change is equal to shields. Change is 100. Now we're going to do all this for the bad guys. We're going to say if each bad guy is alive, then put him, basically draw him. Put his coordinates. Bad is the variable that that the sprite is in, and then pset is the operation, which is the simplest. Just draw it to the screen. We didn't know how to use types, not until later. A type in QBasic is analogous to a C struct, which would have been a lot nicer to use for this. Then each bad guy could have an X coordinate, a Y coordinate, and his alive flag, and you could have an array of bad guys rather than individual arrays for each statistic. But we'll forgive him. We'll forgive everybody. Because I don't think our computer science teacher in high school.
From Zippia.com. High school science teacher educates students in 9 to 12 various science subjects: biology, chemistry, physics, astronomy.
Yes, I made my Alexa wake up word. The computer.
For help with that question, go to the
Computer cancel. Anyway, okay. Now he never taught us types, I don't think. I think that was something we discovered later on. But anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, line. We're drawing some lines. These are the lines that we draw for the crosshairs. So we're going to start in the top left corner. Oh, no, this is the little box. Yes, this is a B. This B for box. This draws the little box in the center of the screen. And then we're going to draw 4 line segments going to the corners. That's what we got. Px equals x and py equals y. XY is the coordinate system of the player, I guess. We're making temporary variables, px and py. Anyway, okay, instantaneously grab keyboard input. And if it's not, if you hit something, then the G variable is equal to the C variable. Right, we saw this in Descent. It was like 2 blocks of code that are basically identical for each case. So, and this is so that if we hit a button, it gets stored in the G variable, but because we don't do a wait, it goes back to the beginning of the loop. And then more often than not, C will end up being empty, but at least we saved the last real key press into the G variable. So first of all, though, if we actually hit a button, case 8, what we're going to do is we're going to move us up in the world, in the universe, but on screen, that means all the bad guys are actually moving down because we're always centered on the screen. So there's my 8. I should put my key presses back on there. So I hit 8 and all the bad guys move down. I hit left and they all move right. So that's how he's doing that. And this is how you move bad guys down. You increase their Y coordinate by 1 because Y values increase as you go down. So that is that. So for each bad guy, move them down, and then Y is Y minus speed. Your Y is Y minus speed. Why are we subtracting speed? Speed was 0.1. What? Oops. Get rid of that. What kind of variable was X and Y? Okay, so because we didn't define a type for these variables, they're all single floating points. So they can have decimals. Speed is 0.1. So we are decreasing Y by 1. What does that effectively do? I don't know why we're doing that. Anyway, case 9 is up and to the right. So again, we're going to change the bad guy's coordinates and we're going to change our coordinates. But our coordinates they must not be corresponding to anything visible on the screen, since as far as I can tell, we're always in the X, or the center of the screen. Okay. Case 6, I mean, this is all the same. We're just going to, depending on the direction you chose, yeah, change the bad guys and increase or decrease your speed. I'd be very, yeah, I'm really interested. Okay, so if we hit 5, which is his shoot button all the time, so, okay, if point is the command that looks at a specific pixel and returns the number of the color. So you can see if a pixel is black or not. You can see what color the pixel is. And obviously this is a very slow operation, but we didn't care. So basically, it's so you don't have to do box checking or collision boxes. You can just actually check pixel perfect collision here. It's fancy. So if the XY coordinate, which is the center of the screen, has a color that's not black, and not 1. So and not 1, because 1 is the color blue. So we don't, we want to treat blue as a miss too, because that just means we shot at the planet. Okay, then beep. Did you all hear that beep? I didn't hear the beep. I don't know. I wonder if it has something to do. I did have this set up with my desktop audio. Oh, but you know what? I probably, 1 second. We got here. Is it this? Is this going to? No. Is it this? This is the last time I'll check. No. Okay, I'll have to figure out something. It's beeping. But I can't get it to record the beep for some reason. Anyway, beeps are annoying anyway. So beep. Okay, so we shot at a place and it wasn't black or blue. Then we look at each bad guy. If the bad guy is 20 away, so if the distance between the XY coordinate and the bad guy plus 20, okay, that's the center. Right. Because the ship was a 40 pixel by 40 pixel box. And then, yeah, so if we look at the distance of, yeah, so we calculate, if we shoot, it's not black or blue as the background, then we look at each of the ship's distance from our position to the middle of the bad guy's position. And then we do these checks, which we've seen before, which are Really shameful, but hey, why the heck not? Um, Again, this is first thing to come into our heads. If D1 is less than D2 and D1 is less than D3 and D1 is less than D4 and D1 is less than D5, then D1 equals -5. That's right. This is us checking which bad guy is the closest, and we're going to set his distance be -5 for no other reason than distances are always positive. So the guy with the negative distance is the guy who got hit. This is literally just a flag saying he got hit. Okay, now we're going to go through each guy. If this is the guy that got hit, then we're going to draw a line. Yeah, we've done this before. We're going to draw this line, red lines. And then we're going to draw some, we're going to explode him. We're going to draw some circles and produce some, yeah, we're going to draw a circle from where we are, 25 of them, concentric, ever-growing random colors with a small weight in between. And then we're going to erase our shots, paint white at the center of the screen, and then paint 0 at the center of the screen. And then, yeah, we've seen all this. You've seen all this. You just watched Descent. My apologies. This is all coming back to me. Descent was months ago. For me, anyway. And then we're going... and then up by 5, from 5 to 500, we're going to draw circles at our coordinates. With ever-increasing circle numbers that are blue. Oh my goodness. And a slightly smaller circle in black. And then 55 random pixels. That's what that is. And then the bad guy is set to alive, dead. Alive of that bad guy is 0. Let's, oops. What are you doing? What do you mean argument type? What? I didn't change anything. Okay. I can't get there in time. Yeah, you have to destroy a guy in time. I think if I can speed up here. Oh, that was cool. Okay, I gotta... Is there like a weight at the bottom here or something? Oh my god. Oh man. There's the ZZ4. ZZ4 greater than 100. You know, let's make it 1,000. Give me more time. Okay, so now I can speed up here. They're gonna take pot shots at me. Things are gonna start running really slow because the circles are getting bigger. But I destroyed that guy. And now things just, they can't keep up. It's too much for the computer. And it's, yeah, that's why ZZ4 was so small. Okay. Hey, computer, cancel. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, we'll change ZZ4. That was a very cool explosion animation. Come on. I don't know how he expected us to win, though. That's the problem. Okay, where were we? This is the C. Okay, so here we go. We've just destroyed that bad guy. Alive is 0. And now that's if you hit 5. If you hit Q, then speed is divided by 10. No, speed equals Q divided by 10, but Q was 1. So that was point. Right, right. This was W was 2, because these are the values. W was 2, so up P was the highest value. So that's 20. So speed equals 20 divided by 10, which is 2. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know why he didn't do the division by 10 himself. But that's okay. Okay, then we unselect. And then this is where that was all if we instantaneously, this loop hit a button. If we didn't hit a button, though, the G variable was the old C variable where we did hit a button, and we're going to do everything again. This is all the same thing. Okay, he's got some comments on this section, though. Wait a minute. He changed something. Bad guys. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is... Right. Because if you shoot, you only want to process the shot. If this is the loop, you hit the button. But if you didn't hit the button this loop and it was a shooting button, you're not going to do anything. So the only case you're going to do old values is the direction values, the 8, 9. So he's got everything except the shot stuff. Okay, that makes sense. That's actually reasonable. I don't know if I caught this last time when we did descent, but I think this seems reasonable to me. Although he could have done it the other way, where he would just, yeah, you wouldn't, you could combine the moves, but single out the shot. Anyway, doesn't matter. Now we're going to do the bad guys. Each bad guy, if they're alive, then they're going to try and take pot shots at you. So we saw this before in descents. So randomly, 1 out of every 500 times, they're going to shoot at you. You're going to do some fancy thing, and your shields are going to go down by a random number between 1 and 15. So that's great. And darn bad guy. You could at least spell it right. Okay. Beard guys. Okay. Okay. Very good. Now we're going to draw the box again, your little box at the center of the screen. Now here's this PX. I don't know what this PX is. So PX, which was set to X. Oh, so PX, hold on. PX was set to what X was. PY was set to XY. Sorry, to Y. Blah, blah. PX and PY were set to X and Y before any movement happened in this loop. Now we're going to check. I see. So PX, if it's not equal to X, or PY is not equal to Y, this means we've moved. This was a moving loop. We moved. So if we moved, we're going to draw all the box and the lines, the center box and the crosshairs wherever they go. Yeah, the horizontal and vertical white lines in the box there. We're going to redraw it. No, we're going to erase it. Sorry, we're going to erase it. If we move, we're going to erase it. That's cool, because this is at least some kind of efficiency, where if we just stay where we are, we're not actually going to do this, because px will be equal to x and py will be equal to y, because we set them that way before we move. Okay, then we're going to go to each bad guy. Now if x What is that? If the bad guy's x coordinate is less than 2, so he's very close to the left side of the screen, then we're going to draw a line. Oh, then we're going to erase him. Yeah, this is his xy coordinate, and this is his xy coordinate, but plus 40 in each direction, which is the size of his box. 0 box fill, and then x equals 598. This is the wraparound. So if we go down, I'd like to see that. Thanks very much. Here we go down. The top guys are going to go up to the bottom, so they wrap, and they wrap left and right as well. Okay, we won't put ourselves through that anymore. Okay, so this is wrapping checks. Good, very good, excellent. Okay, beat as in beat. How many bad guys you beat, I guess, because we're going to go loop through each bad guy, and beat equals beat plus alive. So alive, remember, is either 1 or 0. 1 if they're alive, 0 if they're dead. So beat, okay. So beat being higher means you killed less people. Okay, right, that makes sense. If beat equals 0, then 1 equals 1. All right. Now, if change, see, that's what happened. Okay, change, where's change? Change equals shields. So we set the change to shields at the beginning. And this check, if they're not equal to shields, so that means we got shot. Shields are still up. They're still greater than 1. So basically we got shot and we're not dead. Then print the shield percentage. Oops. Okay. We started out printing 40, then shields were set to 100. So it's going to be instantaneously 40, and then instantaneously, once we get hit, it's going to start counting down from 100? What? Did we see that? It's 100 now. I don't understand that. Okay, we'll have to look at that. Why didn't we see the 40? Okay, let's table that for now. See, my problem is we start writing shields as 40. No, we print 40. Shields is 100 here. We print 40. Change equals shields. So change is now 100. So is shields. If we don't get hit, let's go down here. If it's not equal to shields, it is though. Oh. Yeah, we're going to have to debug that. I think it's like these semicolons are new lines. I don't think they're part of the if statement at all. See, normally you'd go like this. You'd go locate 1, 1. Oops. Print shields, and then do an end if. That's how I read it. But he didn't use that. He just did this with a colon. So I think it's just this statement, the locate statement, that happens on the change of shields. And this print statement always happens. I think that's what's happening. And I think we're going to, we'll debug it and we'll see. We'll see that. Okay. Anyway, that's why we didn't really get to see 40, because he instantaneously printed shields. So he was trying to do something efficient here where only update that value if it changed. However, he initialized that value to 40 and shields to 100, and then he always updates shields no matter what. I think that's the problem. So that's kind of funny. He kind of made a mistake. He made two mistakes that canceled each other out. Who says two wrongs don't make a right? You know, I'm gonna open this up again because I don't want to. I think I changed something. Okay, ZZ4, which is basically the size of the world, gets increased, and then we're going to print ZZ4. Oh, but every time through the loop, he's printing ZZ4, so he's not really getting away from printing text every time through the loop. Anyway, we loop until we 1, or shields is less than 1, or ZZ4 is greater than 100. 1 equals 0. We set 1 equals 0 right away. For Q. 1 to 5, alive is 1 to 5. Oh, interesting. Basically, if you somehow destroyed all 5 bad guys, you'd get 5 more new bad guys. And that's the end of the program. So it could, if you're awesome, it would just keep going and going and going. Okay, let's figure this out. I want to put I'm not very adept at using the debugger in QBasic, but let's do that. We'll see if I can. Okay, we're gonna break the program there. The immediate window, if I say print beat, actually maybe, okay, let's locate 10, 1 and print beat. There, okay, that's our 5 right there. That 5 hanging out, that's what beat is. Okay. Do I have like a watch window? I don't think so. Trace on. No. Output screen. What does that do? Okay, we're just going to have to do this. Okay, do this manually. Okay, so step. How do you step? Step is F8. Okay, so we're going to step over that. Now, okay, instead of printing beat, we're going to print change. Change is 100 because we set it to shields. Shields spelt wrong is 100. That's fair. Okay, so now we're going to go F8. So we skipped over locate 1, but we are going to do the print shield. So that is exactly it. So he was trying to combine statements after the if by using colon, because he really liked to do that. But in the case of an if statement, it won't work. Only the first one will be associated with the if statement. He should have put this in an actual if and if block. But okay, that's okay. We'll let this go, ZZ4, and we will continue the program. Oh, and then we're going to toggle the breakpoint. Everything is awesome. Okay, that is destroy, and there's no way I am flying through and destroying all of these guys. I don't understand how he thought this was a good idea, because ZZ4 increases just too much. You know what we could do is ZZ4. Yeah, ZZ4 is a single floating point. We could actually, can we do this? Can we say 0.01? There we go. Now it's going to be like really slow. Come on. There, we destroyed him. Look at this guy's jumping up and down. That's kind of funky. Here, let's get my keyboard on display here. Okay. Come on. Oh, but I died. I died. I did not do good. I'm going to set my speed to maybe there. I pressed U. Oh yeah, you can see that now. Come on. Oh man. Okay, well, I'm giving myself giant shields. Here we go. I got massive shields and more time than I ever needed. Look at that, 977%. And yet, somehow I still miss. Come on. Come on. Okay, so back in the late 90s, when we didn't have anything but an actual original Nintendo, making games like this on the computer were awesome. Although I'm not sure why he chose the values he chose, because it's impossible. I have made it much better. I guess I can go up, because this guy's going to... I don't use the diagonal buttons much. There we go. Boom. And this will just keep going and going and going. Anyway, that's cool. All right, well, hopefully that's the last of the Descent template that we have. And yeah. Well, that was fun. Thanks for joining me in this adventure in old code. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.